My name is Teresa Harris, and I'm Vice President of Sales with Blackwell Consulting Services of Ohio. We are an information technology and management consulting firm that's based here in the state of Ohio.
My name is Stephanie McMahill, and I am a training and developer for large ERP systems such as PeopleSoft.
The function of the Vice President of Sales would mean that we would identify market segments that we're going to go after as far as technology is concerned. What's hot, what's not.
I work with customers to determine what their needs are for this software. What I do is I take that information and I compare it to what my software will do for them. Based off of that information, what I do is I build training scenarios.
The customer is always the starting point. What is the actual solution? What are you trying to achieve? If the customer says, I don't have a website, and if I had a website, I may be able to reach more customers, then what you might say was, what do you want what do you really want to do? Well, I want to reach more customers. Well, do you just want to have an awareness? Are you trying to sell something? So you really need to understand what the customer's goals are, and then crafting a solution that's technology sound for that application.
I get to work with the customer, I get to work with the functional teams, technical teams, and help build a training database and develop the training materials to teach these customers how to use the system.
When personal computers came on the landscape for many of my customers, and I remember I would sell them to executives, and it was a big thing to have the PC on their credenza. They didn't have it in front of them. It sat back there, and they really didn't understand what it did for them. So as an information technology specialist, we came in and said, you know, this will tell you what's going on with your organization, and it'll help you make better decisions about what you need to do for the sake of your business. And once they understood that the impact that it would have on the overall enterprise, then we start seeing them go throughout the corporation.
I got into this business many years ago. I was working for a government subcontractor in Florida, and they implemented this version of PeopleSoft. And because I was so good at figuring things out and working with the computer, they says, okay, Stephanie, we want you to do the training for our whole department. And I found a job, doubled my salary, and then my career just took off from there. And that particular job that I had, I got to travel, something that I never had the opportunity to do before.
I grew up in Detroit, so I was calling on General Motors, which was a major force, and we could just see how just helping people understand how that little tool helped them. And then when we start networking those, and that's basically connecting them together, says I could be in one room and you could be in the 2 floors down, and I could send you information, how valuable and how efficient and productive that made the office environment. That's how information technology works, and that was my beginning of really understanding how information works.
When you do consultant work, you're going into a place where you most likely have never met any of the people. So trying to adjust to the personalities, getting used to the personalities, getting used to what your new boss expects you to do, sometimes can be somewhat of an adjustment.
If you are calling on state government agencies, let me give you an example. Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. You want to make sure that your solutions are crafted so that it's pointed towards that particular agency, something that's going to help Health and Human Services. So we craft our solutions, and the people that we hire in our training programs are all geared towards those types of disciplines.
When I was in middle school and high school, it was just my mom and I. and I just wanted to get out of high school. I wanted to start my life. I wanted to get out from underneath my mom. I wanted just to do my own thing. Getting an education wasn't all that important to me. When I was in 10th grade, I remember this, it dawned on me. I looked and I said, you know what? I can't do this. I cannot live like this for the rest of my life in a job that's going to pay me minimum wage. I started to refocus where I wanted to go.
Advice I would give young women, young girls who like technology and are a little nervous about getting into it. Number one, don't be nervous. It's an open field, it's a fun field. I would say find yourself mentors, someone who can show you the ropes. I was fortunate, I had a mentor. She asked me, she said, what are you going to do when you make more money than your husband? And I looked at her as if she had two heads, because I didn't think women ever made more money than their spouses. And so when I thought about it, and as the years went on, if you're good at what you do, particularly information technology, the rewards are just phenomenal.
I never thought that I would be able to make what I'm making. I thought that making $30,000 a year was a lot of money. That was what my goal was. It was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. To get to 30,000 was just like gold to me. But you can make 4, 5, 6 times as much as that if you want to.
What I would suggest, that if you're interested in information technology, you also have to be a lifelong learner, because it does not stay the same. Just when you think that you've mastered a skill, someone has figured out how to do it faster and cheaper, and you need to get on that bandwagon too. So always learn something new.
You are the one that chooses your own destiny. Nobody else does it for you. Don't ever let go of your dreams. Look to your friends and family for support.
Today we have a diverse marketplace. We have a diverse workforce. Technology touches everyone, and it is very global. The way we have to approach technology solutions has to be that way as well, because when we show up to work each day, we don't know who might be sitting behind the desk today.
What I love is showing people or teaching people how to use software. I love working with people, being up in front of people and showing them something, and the look on their face when it all clicks, when they get it, is the best reward that I have.
The limitation is not by gender, male, female. It's not by race or ethnicity. It's by your own thinking, because this field is wide open, and there are always new people entering into the market with new ideas, and it's an exciting, creative field, and there's a lot of money to be made in it.
I love my job, and because of the people that I meet.
The future for information technology is phenomenal. It is a growing and exciting field.
I am IT at Blackwell Consulting Services of Ohio.